Say goodbye to the home of professional wrestling and hello to the house that sports entertainment built. The Bloodline sports entertained during their instantly classic Tribal Court segment on SmackDown for close to an hour. That's right, SmackDown went well over 40 minutes before it even had a single match, and the segment still peaked at 3 million viewers and made history as the #1 English language broadcast on network TV. That's never happened in the history of the wrestling business, and it didn't require a single wrestling hold. Right on cue, AEW is trying to build its own epic storyline outside of the ring, as they've gone all in on non-wrestling segments between MJF and Adam Cole. The Cole-MJF bromance is a type of sports entertainment that will grow AEW's audience in ways that a Tiger Driver 91 will not. AEW is not going to compete with these Bloodline numbers, no way. But it's definitely not going to be competitive by wrestling dangerous pseudo shoot matches and putting all the emphasis on two grown men rolling around in baby oil and blood for the approval of a 63-year-old man. That's why that audience is plateaued. This past week on Dynamite, when it came time to actually wrestle, Cole and MJF spit in the face of the concept of a 5-star match, whatever that means. They didn't go to a long, drawn-out New Japan-style main event match where you're asleep by the time they start dropping each other on their necks. They didn't do a technical wrestling catch-as-catch-can grappling exhibition. They did basic 1980s WWF, building to a hot tag, building to a body slam. They're still building to that double clothesline, and it'll get a bigger reaction than a dangerous Tiger Driver ever will. AEW is still learning how to tell stories, and no AEW storyline is perfect. My guy at Meltzer said what smartened me up the other day and talked about a major flaw in this storyline. Quote, "One thing that I just realized is that nobody is currently chasing the World Heavyweight title. I know people would say that the Cole and MJF stuff is building to that, but in kayfabe, they're friends at the moment, and not one person on the roster is pursuing or trying to win MJF's title," end quote. Bingo. AEW needs to be building up challengers for MJF and really creating their own universe for this storyline the way WWE is doing with the Bloodline. When Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns were frenemies of sorts, WWE still built up Kevin Owens and Logan Paul as challengers before Sami finally snapped and challenged Roman. They didn't just have their audience assume that eventually Sami's gonna challenge Roman, so it's okay that nobody else in this universe does. As long as MJF and Adam Cole are buddies, AEW is essentially shelving its entire World Heavyweight title division for the tag team titles. So as long as MJF pals around with Adam Cole, he gets immunity from defending his title? Do none of these niggas want that belt? These are the growing pains AEW must deal with because AEW tried to build its brand on professional wrestling, even to the point where they vilify sports entertainment through the Jericho Appreciation Society, because God forbid a wrestler has more to offer outside of a tope con hilo. But guess what? Sports entertainment gets a babyface pop every single time. Those evil sports entertainers in the JAS include Jake Hager and his sports entertainment hat, which got over, or Daniel Garcia and his sports entertainment dance, which got over, or Chris Jericho and his sports entertainment entrance, which is one of the most over things in AEW. At one point, AEW is going to realize that catering to the Twitter-bound dorks and pathetic podcasters is only going to grow the average weight of an AEW fan, but not necessarily its audience.
It's the all-elite dating game with some of AEW's biggest neckbeards taking time away from Twitter to try to land a date. Our first forever bachelor is no Andre the Giant, but they both share the same teeth. His favorite hobbies include loitering at the local McDonald's dumpster when they throw away the extra Happy Meals. He loves wearing sunglasses indoors because diabetes made him blind. He puts the incel in insulin. Say hi to Wrestling with Blood Sugar. Our next undateable has tweeted so many times he has arthritis of the brain. He's never touched a woman without breaching a restraining order. He practically lives on Twitter because the only validation he gets in real life is from his farmer's branding iron. He's impossibly lonely. That's why he's always trying to cancel people, because it's not like he's ever in a position to cancel plans. The hairs on his neck stand up more than he does. It's David Shits His Pants. And our final forever bachelor is so racist he pronounces civil rights with a hard R. In fact, he's small enough and racist enough to be a jockey for a Clans horse. He's a friend of the AEW media scrums despite his racist tirades, and possibly even because of them. He wears a baseball hat everywhere because he is going bald, but plans to ditch the hat once he becomes a full skinhead. He's struggled with an abusive boss, but he's totally safe now that Willy Wonka's dead. He prefers that women date baby faces because he hates women with heels. He comes in a small package, but he's a big it. Say hi to Jerry the Racist Dwarf. Now let's start the show with our lovely bachelorette. Oh shit, she bailed. Another one?
AEW has gone as far as it can go with its sanctimonious brand of flips, dives, blood, and gut. Because now, not only are they going all in on sports entertainment through MJF and Adam Cole's Rock and Sock Connection reboot, AEW has now instituted a safety policy 4 years in to protect these reckless indie darlings from themselves. The safety policy includes no chair shots to the head, no chair shots to the back of the head, no buckle bombs, no moves where a wrestler falls backwards into a turnbuckle, no imitating concussions or seizures, looking at you, Brian, no bleeding while in the crowd, looking at you, Mox, no throwing anything with blood on it into the crowd, looking at you, Mox, no spitting, no using weapons or projectiles in the crowd, looking at you, MJF, no taking food or drinks from fans in the crowd, looking at you again, MJF, Hangman, and no making contact with fans in the crowd. Goddamn, AEW Blood and Guts is going to be an arm wrestling match at this point. Tiger drivers are still allowed though, so good news for Kenny Omega, bad news for his neck. AEW has finally admitted that it indeed is not GCW, shout out to them, and is looking to clean up its act so that, I don't know, maybe they can do half of Bloodline's numbers. If AEW is going to be doing 12 pay-per-views a year, they better learn how to sports entertain. A lot of these big matches are going to have to be saved for the pay-per-view, so TV will be used to build to big matches. Imagine that. Nothing builds to a big match and builds an audience like entertaining angles and storylines, which have been few and far between in AEW compared to the amount of classic, death-defying wrestling matches that motherfuckers forget about by the next week. If AEW is gonna have more big matches, that means more risks for these wrestlers who are willing to kill themselves in order to get a costly pop in said big matches. Like famed sports entertainer LA Knight, AEW said nah, because if you're really paying attention, anything not named Dynamite or pay-per-view in AEW has struggled. AEW Dark is gone. Dark Elevation, see ya. AEW All Access got yeeted off TV like Brian Pillman. Come to NXT, Brian, you know you want to. AEW Rampage has become a C show. AEW Collision is essentially a C+ show. And it's all because if your calling card in a secondary promotion is pro wrestling and little else, your reach is going to be smaller than JD, and you're going to have a hard time building an audience once they get their Dynamite fix. The storylines are going to be what sets these shows apart. Otherwise, they're all going to be Rampage. Check out this video breaking down the greatest heel promo of all time and subscribe. Are you here for AEW as a home of sports entertainment? Tell me in the comments.